welcome to Knits Up. I'm Mindy, your hostess, otherwise known as Knitter CNY. I'm doing a really quick update this week because it's been a few weeks since I podcast, and I thought you would want to see what I've been working on, ripping out, and starting again. So, one thing that I have been working on is socks. This one, if you'll remember, is the K-Facet Regia DK weight sock. I worked a little bit on that, if I can find the ends. Maybe. The end is somewhere in here. Oh, where are we? In the bottom of the bag. It's always in the bottom of the bag. So we're about, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches farther. I'm using a Carbon's 2.5 millimeter needle, and it's magic loop. Color looks like that. It's pretty true. And the pattern I'm using is the blueberry waffle sock. So that's good. I've worked a little bit on this sock, which is the, it'll come to me. Route 66, I think it is, for the patent scroy. Cat's trying to help me here. And I'm doing that on a 2.25 millimeter needle, also magic loop. The other thing I've been working on in my fancy dancy crochet dude bag is the Beloved sweater, which is out of Homespun, which is a Lion brand yarn, like that, in petunia stripes. The back is done. I am working on one of the fronts. This is a cardigan. Looks like that. You kind of can't see the purples or whatever. They sort of blend together, but there's a lighter purple and then a darker purple, and then there's also a blue color that's in there. I'm using US 10s, which I can't remember right now what the millimeter is on that. I want to say it's 8, but I could be wrong on that. The other thing that I am restarting is a sweater. My goddaughter is in need of a new rainbow cardigan. Her parents let me borrow this. There's a couple buttons missing at the bottom, but if you remember this, when she was a baby, I made her a sweater, and then a few years ago, I made her another hooded sweater out of Bernat Mosaic, which is a fabulous yarn, which I hate that they discontinued because it's nice and heavy. It was beautifully space-dyed. I loved it. I made a, it just made a beautiful sweater. They got compliments wherever they went. It was a great sweater. But Bernat, in their wisdom, discontinued that yarn. Anybody from Bernat sees this, restart that yarn. The Cake Bernat Pop yarn is really nice, but I like the other yarn better. Start that up again, okay? If anybody knows anybody who can have some sway with Bernat, have them bring Mosaic back, okay? Make my life easier. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. But anyways, so I started making the plum pudding cardigan on Ravelry, and I was making a size 6-7. I kept thinking it was really small. The gauge is 5 stitches to the inch, and I kept looking at it and going, it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right. So yesterday I brought it over to my goddaughter's parents' house, had my goddaughter try it on, and it was not what I was looking for. This other sweater, if you notice, the armhole is wicked deep, very deep, so that raglan point, so the kid can grow into it, basically. So she was able to get about 3 years wear out of that sweater. Or 2.5. So I was like, I don't think so. So I ripped it all out. I went back to find out what pattern I had used. Pardon me as I bend. And the pattern that I used, and I want to get the front of this and not all of the rest of it, is an Anne Norling 53 Kids Basic Top-Down Raglan by Gail Tanquary. That's the picture that comes with it, but it makes pullovers, it makes cardigans, but the armhole, that raglan is very, very deep. I think there's like 3 or 4 different gauges on it. Sorry. There's 3.5, 4.5, 5, and 5.5 stitches per inch. So that's 4 different gauges. Finished measurements go from 24 inches to 24 to 36 inches, and it goes from size 1 to 12. So if you're going to buy a pattern, that's the pattern you want to buy. So I dug that out, found it after about 10 minutes of looking, and restarted the sweater yesterday. And I've gotten this far on it. This is the front of it. Same yarn. These are mill ends from Joann's, I think, was where I got them. This is the back of it. I'm using a size 5 needle. I'm getting 5 stitches per inch. I knit very loosely. I don't tension my yarn. And this is the colors I'm getting. So there's purple, there's all kinds of colors in it. I was going to try and look at Walmart here for the Mandala Lion brand yarn that's come out, but I couldn't find it here locally in Syracuse. It's supposedly like $5 for 590 yards of a DK weight yarn that's acrylic, which would be really ideal, but I don't know that I have that option, and this yarn is available. I have it, I might as well use it. So that's what I'm doing. That's about all that I'm working on right now. The only other thing I did, pardon me as things drop, is sew buttons on my February lady sweater, which looks like this. There's some buttons on there. This is out of Moda washable wool. This is a sweater that's been hanging around for years. I've got one end inside to tuck in. It's really super heavy because it is washable wool, and it's obviously going to fit me. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be more towards like a spring-ish kind of sweater. So we'll go with that. That's about it. Hope you guys have a great week. If you can post what you're working on over in the group, that would be fabulous. Have a great week, guys.